When black people like me talk to the slaves, they didn't kill him. They sent some old house Negro along behind him to undo what he said. You have to read the history of slavery to understand this. There were two kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro always looked out for his master. When the field Negroes got too much out of line, he held them back in check. He put them back on the plantation. The house Negro could afford to do that because he lived better than the field Negro. He ate better, he dressed better, and he lived in a better house. He lived right up next to his master in the attic or the basement. He ate the same food his master ate and wore his same clothes. And he could talk just like his master, good diction. And he loved his master more than his master loved himself. That's why he didn't want his master hurt. If the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? We sick?" When the master's house caught a fire, he'd try and put the fire out. He didn't want his master's house burned. He never wanted his master's property threatened. And he was more defensive of it than the master was. That was the house Negro. But then you had some field Negroes who lived in huts, had nothing to lose. They wore the worst kind of clothes, they ate the worst food, and they caught hell. They felt the sting of the lash. They hated their master. Oh yes, they did. If the master got sick, they prayed that the master died. If the master's house caught a fire, they prayed for a strong wind to come along. This was the difference between the two. And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes. I'm a field Negro.
When people talk about black on black crime, they usually think about gun violence. They bring up all these statistics, but they never bring up these black people with big platforms talking down on anybody that looks like them, just to be affirmed for their mainly white audiences.
How Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself, I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work. Work is saying, that's the man in power. I know what his agenda is. I'm not exactly in a position to stop him since the Republicans have the Senate and the House. But maybe if I'm willing to work with this man, I might get something out of it for my constituency. Because like Joe Manchin said, he's there to represent, or was there for 15 years to represent, the people of West Virginia. She's supposed to be there to represent the people of Texas. I don't know, maybe that just sounds ignorant because it's so simple. But it ain't that damn complicated. We make it complicated. Damn, it's frustrating. It really can be.
All right, two things Stephen A. said is correct. He said it's not that complicated and it's simple. Yeah, facts are extremely simple. And he doesn't even know any of the facts. He literally has no clue what he's talking about.
Like, come on, bro. You got millions of people listening to the stuff you say. So when we talk about black on black crime and the detrimental effect it has on our communities, we need to start keeping stats on these clowns and the bullshit they spewing to their white supremacist fan base.
You got to know how to talk to white folk. Jasmine Crockett, how dare you? You got to be nice to white folk. They don't like all that aggressive Negro antics. See the way I talk to white folk? I talk to them real good. I don't want to get daddy mad now. The President of the United States, he run a good country for us. Look at us. We's free. We eat food. We get to dance. We get TikTok. We can do Instagram. That's a good man.
Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith. You at it again, man. ESPN, he talks his shit, always has talked his shit. Boisterous, loud. That's what he does. He criticizes whoever's in his goddamn path. That's what he does. There's sometimes I agree with him, but man, you be walking that line, boy, of coon and righteous. You be right in the middle. You be ruining. That's the new verb. when you're right on that edge. What you said about Jasmine Crockett, I don't agree with. Jasmine Crockett is qualified for what she does. She has earned her degrees. You don't have a degree in that. You're great at the sports. She don't try to correct you on how to talk about sports. And you're telling her how to talk to the president. How's she supposed to talk? She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She has more balls than most of these motherfuckers in the Democratic Party have. She speaks up for people's rights. She speaks up when she sees something wrong. She's calling it out the way Jasmine supposed to call that. That's the way she does it. I just don't like the way you're telling her how to talk. You know, her style is bad because she's right on point. She always has facts. She reads people. So what's the problem, Steve? Look at the way you talk about your sports. You gonna tell me that I'm not talking here. I know him. And he is horrible. It was abysmal. That's you, man. No one's telling you how to do that. That's how you make your money, by using your style. Jasmine has her style, and I think it's wonderful and refreshing to strong black women. Yo, man, you should be on her side. We should be protecting someone like Jasmine Crockett. Fuck that, right? I call her Jasmine the Rocket Crockett, man. The Rocket. You understand? You got to be protecting her. You kind of played her with that. Come on, Steve. Come on.
Godfrey ain't told no lies. And here's the problem I have with the situation. Why are we the only people that ain't allowed to do us? This dude Stephen A talking about the way Jasmine Crockett is delivering her message like it's something wrong with it.
This educated, brilliant black woman representing over 750,000 people is engaging in verbiage and rhetoric for the streets. And that's fun when you're in the streets. How many of y'all bring the streets to the table when you're at the negotiating table trying to get a deal done? How many of you are able to think that for a second that you're able to bring street verbiage to Capitol Hill and that's going to work for you? You literally have senators and congressional figures on Capitol Hill on the side of the Republicans telling the networks, whether it's Fox News, News Nation, or anybody else, please, please, please put her front and center on camera. Why would they do that? Because they know it wins for them.
Y'all know how it go. We want to eat fried chicken. All of a sudden, fried chicken's disgusting. We want to eat watermelon. All of a sudden, there's something wrong with that too. Man, think about this. They didn't turn eating fruit into something bad just because we like to do it. Everything we do somehow turns into a negative. Like, what makes white diction the right way to talk? Well, CJ, that's just the way it is. I don't want to talk like that. And Jasmine Crockett shouldn't have to. We like to flow with it and have a little swag when we talk. But what makes our way not good and any other way the right way to do it?
Anybody does need to clean up DC, I would agree it is this man, because he is the one that is causing half the crime that we have. Not only is he participating in the crime, but we know that he instigated the insurrection. And if I did say that I had one issue with the Biden-Harris administration, it is the fact that they did not move forward and make sure that this man was put where he should have been put. Because the last time I checked as a criminal defense attorney, and Mr. Attorney General, you may have a different experience, but I never had a defendant that had 34 convictions for felonies and did not spend one day in jail. Never in my life. And the last time I checked, the party of law and order is the only one that decided that they would be out of order and decided to nominate someone who was not only indicted but was actually convicted of multiple felonies. That has never happened in this country, and it is a shame that we are dealing with it now, and now he wants to tell y'all how to do your jobs.
The sad part is, they got people from every race falling for the trick, including people that look like me. White supremacists done convinced people that everything my people do, and it doesn't matter what it is, there's gotta be something wrong with it. Well, CJ, you just need to turn that music down. No, I like my music loud. God damn. Why this black woman ain't allowed to be herself, but everybody else in the room is?
Be happy you a house. Be glad it worked out for you and your family. But everybody don't want to be no motherfucking house nigga. Oh You ought to be nice to master. You ought to get along with master to get. Everybody don't want to get along with master. Some motherfucking people still got motherfucking principles out here. You ought to get along with master. You don't say nothing when master out here talking to everybody crazy, bitch ass. It's cool for motherfucking master to talk to everybody crazy. No, you ought to get along with master good does. So sick of you because I don't know what to do. Man, because everybody else don't want to be no motherfucking house nigga like you. Be happy you a house nigga. And stop trying to tell some motherfucking body else what to do. Still some motherfucking people out here that believe in what they motherfucking believe in. You want everybody to do something how you motherfucking did it. Just cause you kissed the ass. Everybody don't want to motherfucking do that to get in the AC. Ass.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
So sick of you because I don't know what to do. That's all you just want to run around here now. Do get mad at everybody else because everybody else don't want to be a motherfucking house nigga like you. Go be a house in peace, bitch ass. And leave everybody else the fuck alone.
Man, this shit gotta stop. Take a look at this montage.
The myth of racism in America is a complete lie.
During Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative minded, but more black people voted conservatively.
Do you support the Great White Hope?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Who is the Great White Hope?
You live in America? Do you live in America?
Yeah, America. But
you don't know who the Great White Hope is?
Well, I mean, that's a boxing term. you know.
Donald Trump.
Who?
Donald Trump.
Oh, Donald Trump? No, I don't agree with Donald Trump.
You don't support Donald Trump?
No.
Now, former NFL player Robert Griffin III, better known as RG3, is still getting backlash over posting a picture of WNBA star Angel Reese as a monkey on the cover of NBA 2K26.
I don't want you to have nothing. Don't give these motherfuckers nothing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to get nothing from reparations, I think that they should tax you for breathing.
You know what's wrong with Chicago? Y'all have no diversity. Yeah. You got too much of one kind. Y'all need to sprinkle in some white people. Yeah, give y'all a chance.
This the new black on black crime. And it's just as dangerous to our community as any other form we done inflicted on ourselves. And to all you people always saying we need to hold ourselves accountable, when we gonna start holding ourselves accountable for this? I'm out.